be C, D, make a hole with your hand, D, E. So basically you're putting your thumb across like you're doing number 4, and then you just bend your fingers down right on top of it. Yeah, E, F, G, yeah, you just your 2 fingers and you turn it sideways. H, you stick your middle finger out with it. I, J, K. K is kind of complicated. Make a peace sign. Stick your middle finger, your thumb in between your middle finger and your index. And naturally, keep both fingers up though, and naturally, your fingers will fall where they need to be to make a K. But you want to keep it straight out. A lot of people feel like they need to turn it like that. You don't want to do that. You want to keep it straight out. So your back of your hand is facing you. Every letter you do, most of the time, except for C, the back of your hand is facing you. Or in G and H, because those turn out. I'm going to keep it forward. K, L.
I don't know if I don't. Yeah. That's
M, 3 fingers over your thumb. Like M has 3 legs. N, 2 fingers over your thumb. N has 2 legs. O, P, which is a K, but you point it down. It's whatever you can do, man. It's whatever you can do. P, Q, which is G, but point it straight down.
Show me that one.
You pinch your fingers, just point it down. Q.
Q. Okay.
R. S. S is with your thumb in front. If you remember, A is with your thumb to the side. S is with your thumb in front. T.
T.
What's after T? U.
Yeah.
V. W. X. Like a pirate hook. Y. And Z. Now I know my ABC. Next time, won't you sing with me? Ta-da. Okay, class is over. Thank you. Come again next time.
Sing.
All right, so there are a lot of resources on Google. Your ABCs have to be practiced often. If they are not practiced, you will not get them down. And if you don't get them down, you will find yourself being hindered in your journey to learning sign language. So I really encourage you to get like a little, you can get these images on Google, save it as your phone background, print it off, put it everywhere around you, and just practice every chance you get running through your ABCs. Do it slowly. Don't try to rush yourself, and do it with each time. And then over time, you can start trying to do it to the tune of ABCs. You A, B, C, D, and by the time you can do that, you're good to go. You're ready to venture out into the hearing deaf world and do your thing. And so, but with that being said, now you know your ABCs, and I know everybody's going to have to do some retries, and that's okay. But we will learn how to introduce ourselves. And so y'all better be like studying how to spell your name and sign language. I will go first. And but basically the way you introduce yourself is you say my, there's an open palm, my name, and then you spell your name. My name is Jasper. Everybody got it? Who's my first volunteer? We got Jamie.
I'll do it. Why not?
You started doing it, so we're going with you. My name is Jamai. Nice to meet you, Jamai. Who's next? Crystal, you want to go?
All right. Can you see me?
Uh-huh.
Name
Mhm.
Crystal.
Very good, very good.
How was
All
T
right.
again?
What?
How was T again? The
T.
letter
Yeah,
T.
T. April, you look a little busy. You want me to skip you? Yeah, that's fine.
I thought I already knew how to spell my name, but I learned I wasn't doing the P right. So my name is P-L.
Good job, good job. And remember on your R, you want to tone it out so that your palm faces outward. Yeah.
Okay.
If you do this, it means best friend.
Oh,
If you bounce it like this, that's my best friend.
Type.
We're best friends now.
Yep. All right, Sean, you are up.
All right, I'm cheating a little bit, so because my memory is not very sharp. So I've got the chart right here, so. Okay, let's see if I can do this. My name is, so
I hope.
I'm just trying to figure out which way to put it.
That's fine. You just want to face it out.
So SHAW and then N.
Good job. Good job. I think, is that everybody?
everybody that
I don't
can.
know how many people are on this group chat. I can only see one page. Did we get everybody?
I think so.
Did Larissa?
We didn't do
do-
Shannon because Shannon driving and we can't have that. All right, so good job. Just keep practicing that. And that is your basic introduction to begin a conversation. And so with that being said, we are going to do some vocabulary words. We're going to learn some words in sign language. And this is important to, again, build a foundation, just like learning any language. You learn how to sign certain words, or you learn how to speak certain words. You know, in Spanish, you start learning the masculine and the feminine nouns, and same concept in sign language. You learn signs that you would use in a basic conversation first, and you practice, and it helps you get a good understanding. And when we are done with that, I will go over a few practice sheets. But yeah, so are we ready? Any questions so far? Good. Okay. All right. First word is again. AGAIN, again. Again. You have to memorize this sign because you are going to use it all the time, especially as a beginner in sign language, because people will start spelling stuff to you and they'll be like, I want my T, and you'll be like, again. Slow down, again. And so again is going to be your most popular used word. You would sign again with a bunch of different words. This sign means repeat. It means do it again, do over. What did you say? Again, those different ways to sign. What did you say? But that's your way of saying, hey, I didn't understand. Can you do it again? And sorry, I just had a joke go through my head.
You gotta say it now.
It's let me get my brain on. I'm trying to get my brain back on track. There's a deaf kid that plays pranks on his dad, and his videos are very popular on YouTube. And one of them, he goes up and he tells him, he says, "Hey Dad," he's signing. He says, "Hey Dad, sign or spell cup," and Dad'd be like, "CUP," and he's like, spell iron, and he'll say IRON. Okay, spell car, CAR. He'll say, spell again, AGAIN. No, spell again, AGAIN. No, spell it again. And he goes on, and the dad gets so mad. He's like, AGAIN, boy. Dang. Car, spell it again.
That's funny.
And it's just like, I don't know why it cracks me up. But yeah. So again,
Again.
if I sign something and you don't understand me, sign it again.
Does it matter which hand?
Next is deaf. Deaf. Point to the right in front of your ear and then to the side of your chin. Deaf. No. It does not matter which hand you use, but you want to use your dominant hand. So if you're left-handed, use your left hand. If you're right-handed, use your right hand. Yeah. Deaf is a very important word to us. Do not be afraid to use the word deaf. That's what we are. We are deaf. You don't, oh, are you deaf? I'm deaf. But I am. Just say the word. You will not offend us. And if a person is not deaf and you call them deaf, they will correct you. They'll say, oh, I'm not deaf, I'm hard of hearing, or whatever. One terminology you never want to use is hearing impaired. You never want to use that because most deaf people don't think we're broken. We think we got a blessing because we ain't have to listen to the nagging that most of the world does all the time. You know what I mean? We don't have to hear that. We just breeze on by through life. And so when you call us hearing impaired, I understand that we have a disability when it comes to senses, but the only difference between me and you, despite the fact that I can't hear, is my language. That's it. So if you would you go to a Spanish only speaking person and because they can't speak English go, oh, you're impaired? No, their language is different. It's the same with deaf people. Our language is different. You don't want to say deaf and dumb because that's not true. Most deaf people, some of the smartest people I know are deaf. There's no stereotype for deaf people. They just can't hear. They do everything. I know doctors that are deaf. I know athletes, musicians. The only thing I haven't seen a deaf person do is be an astronaut. That's it. Because apparently you gotta hear to go to space, but whatever. I'm not mad about it. That's right. But again, deaf and dumb comes from if you see a deaf person write, a deaf person that doesn't know English, because a lot of people think ASL and English are the same, they're intermixable. They are not. ASL is its own sentence structure. It has its own grammar. It's a unique language. And so when you see a deaf person write in ASL, they use your English words and you read them the way they sign them. And in ASL, it's perfect sense. But you read it in English and you go, oh, they're stupid because it looks to you like broken English. It's not broken English, it's ASL. And so like if I would ask you, say, what is your teacher's name? You would say Jasper. But if I'm signing it, I would say, your teacher, what name? You would go, oh, he must be a little slow on his reading. No, I'm just asking you in sign language. I'm very smart. I scored a 32 on my ACT, thank you. Oh, that means gay. I'm not gay. I'm not gay. I take that back. I was trying to do like the sassy emoji. I use it on my iPhone all the time because I'm sassy as I can be, but I am not gay. Okay. Next sign is don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I do understand. I do understand. I do not understand.
Hmm?
So if I sign something and you don't understand it, you go, I don't understand. Oh, and again, facial expressions, so important.
Mhm.
If you sign, I'm angry, but you got a smile on your face, I'm gonna be like, you're a psycho killer. That's what you are, because you have to use your emotions, your expression to show that you're angry. So if you're angry, act like you're angry. And this is very important in the church, because so many times I go to these churches and I've seen the interpreter, and I'm grateful for all interpretation. Interpreting is so important, and I'd rather have bad interpreting than no interpreting at all. But when you get up there and you got a guy like Matt Tuttle or Nathaniel Ocean preaching, or Joe Holmes or whoever, you can, like one of those hard hitting preachers that just brings it to the table, and you got an interpreter that's just sitting up there being boring, signing, and the daggum church is going wild because that man is preaching the word of God and he's getting hardcore into it and he's yelling and they're just sitting there real softly. No, you're doing it wrong. You need to be interpreting what he's saying. That means his emotion. If he's talking real quiet, you get small and you sound real small. But if he's talking big, you get up on your feet and you sign what you are his hands to the deaf person in front of you. I know nobody here is an interpreter yet, but in the future, if you want to become one, this is important to know. If you go to a church with a deaf community and you got this preacher that's on fire and he's just bringing it down, and you see the interpreter and she's just real, or he or she, it's generally females. That's why I said she, but I'm not. Men can do it too. And she's just being real timid and real shy with her signing. She is not doing a good job. The deaf person needs to know what is occurring from the preacher. And so if he looks up there and he sees that the preacher's screaming, he looks at her and she's just, he's gonna be like, that don't match. Something's wrong here. So you want to be an accurate interpreter to translate what is occurring in the moment. Moving on. Did I get another question? No. Okay.
What's the
Hearing.
difference between I don't understand?
This is the sign for hearing people. Just a circle in front of your mouth. And the reason we use this sign for hearing people is because y'all blubber your lips all the time. So it's hearing. Y'all always moving your lip. Deaf people, we don't move our lips. We just sit there and sign. You can have a big old burger, take a bite of it, and have a full conversation, and you're never rude. You can't do that in hearing culture. That would be considered disrespectful and rude. Deaf culture, ain't no thing. I do it all the time. Well, sometimes I forget which culture I'm in. So I'll take a big old bite of a burger and I'll start talking. I'm like, oh no, I can't do that in this culture. Sorry. Oh, my bad. Any questions so far? We good? Everybody good? No one? Yeah.
What's the difference between I don't understand and I do understand?
And I
One
don't
moment, Crystal's typing.
understand.
We can't type in the chat.
I don't
know, Corey, I don't know if you know, but I'm completely deaf tonight. I don't have my hearing aids.
Yeah.
So she's having to, okay, cool. What is the difference between I don't understand and I do understand? Your head shake. I don't understand. I do understand.
Gotta
So you're
have the
saying,
head shake.
yes, I understand, or no, I don't understand.
Okay.
You will
Gotta
see
have the
some
head
people sign, I don't understand, instead of substituting that, they'll substitute the head shake for don't understand. And some people, that's more pigeon signed English or C signed English. And but in ASL,
So is the
you would
finger in the
completely
air actually
eradicate all
understand?
of those words and just say, I don't understand. And that really helps with interpreting again, because you take 3 words, you would say, I don't understand. And it's simple, I don't understand. One sign. I don't understand. Is the finger in the air. It flicks up. I don't understand.
But is that actually the sign for understand?
Is it flips what? Oh, shoot. 2 people joined. Welcome back, Shannon. Hope you're not driving anymore. You're making me nervous. Am I waiting on a question? I feel like somebody asked a question.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
What was the question again?
I haven't given it yet, but my question, you said you've always been a part of the deaf community. So,
It hasn't been typed yet.
Go ahead, ask it.
oh, I'm sorry. So he said he's
Yeah,
always
trying
been a
to
member of the
understand. Yes.
deaf community.
Yes. Finger up in
So-
the air, by your head. Understand. I understand. And you will see a lot of people, like say, like when they come to the conclusion of some crazy puzzle that they were trying to understand, and they go, oh, you've all done that. When you come to an understanding conclusion, oh, people go, oh, and they'll flick it right by their head. Oh, I get it. So yeah.
Okay, April, what was your question?
Well, should I type it?
Any more
I
questions?
don't think the chat's, just one moment.
One more?
Okay.
I don't think the chat is on for some reason.
No, it's not.
Okay. What is
Okay.
it?
So he said that he's always been a member of the deaf community, and I was just curious. So he's been deaf since he was born. Is there some kind of a diagnosis other than deafness, or it's just deafness? Just out of curiosity.
Awkward silence.
Mhm.
I was actually born with a neurosensorial disorder. It's basically, it's like the same thing that causes old people to go deaf. But I was born with it. And this is going to sound really morbid, but it's a degeneration of the nerves in your ears. So most old people kind of die before they lose it all. And I was born with it, so I have more time to lose it. And if I have hearing aids in, I'm only 20% deaf, but without them, it's like 99.9. Like I can't hear anything happening around me at all right now. But with the hearing aids, I heard that. What was that? I felt that. Was that thunder? Did y'all hear that? That was loud. But it has to be really loud, bass hitting sound. Like if my roommate above me, he's right directly in the room above me, if he started stomping his feet, I would feel that. I would know something is happening. I would
Feel it more than you do.
But I mean, it has to be really, really, really loud and deep for me to be able to hear it. But with hearing aids, 20% hearing. But I got my hearing aids wet at work today. And so, yeah, I had to send them to the shop. And that's why I don't have them today. That sucks. Part of being a blue collar worker, you get drenched in sweat. I'm out in a tin roof shop all day long, and it was hot today. Anyway, more questions? Is that it?
Can I ask another question?
Next question, next sign, loan. Your palm is straight down. Think of it like a book, and you're taking information off the book, and you're taking it to your head. Loan. Like, think you're using these 2 fingers, your middle finger and your thumb, and you're pulling your shirt off your chest. But you do it right in the middle, like. You don't have to actually pull your shirt. You're just doing that motion, like. Right. And this is only for the motion, like. if you're saying, I don't know, something is like each other, like these two people look alike, it's alike. Very good, look alike. The meaning, like the meaning of a song is meaning. Use two fingers, put it on it, and you just flip it. Meaning. Hi, Ashley. I don't know who you are, but hi.
Hello.
Yeah, I was thinking this, Crystal, everybody should be able to type their own question.
Yeah,
So this makes it.
I just,
You have a question, type it, yeah.
There we go.
Meet. Like two people meet. You want your hands closed, meet. You do not want to do this. You don't.
why?
This means date. Yeah. So that's one of my embarrassing moments of sign language was I thought I had it down when I was learning, and because I didn't learn till later in life. And but I went to the deaf school and I was trying to be cool. And because I was an athlete, I was a star athlete, and I wanted to be the cool kid at this school. And so I walked in all smooth, had my beautiful hair, and I looked good. Everything was clean, had a new cut, and had my nice kicks on. Walked in, had my chain swinging, and I just looked good. It was like a chain. It was like I was an emo kid. I was a punk. But I was like in the cliche with everybody, but I was a punk. So I had a Hollywood Undead. I don't know if any of y'all know Hollywood Undead. If you do, I'm sorry. But it was a Hollywood Undead chain. But I walked in, and the first guy that walked up to me and said, "Hey, what's your name?" He signs it, and I said, "My name is Jasper. Nice to date you." And he goes, "Are you gay?" I was like, no, because he could talk too, and so he obviously can tell that I can't talk, but he can obviously tell that I can't sing. But I said, "My name is Jasper, and I'm speaking while I'm signing. Nice to meet you." And he goes, "Are you gay?" I said, "No, I'm not gay. Why would you say that?" He said, "Because I'm not dating you. You asked me to date you." Oh. Whoops. Well, there went the popular kid on the first day. I was still popular though. I won homecoming game.
Can you sign it again?
Again.
Yeah.
I want me to tell that again?
Yeah, a meet. The not date, but the other one.
Yeah, meet.
Meet.
Oh,
Meet with your hands together.
Yes.
You don't want to put your fingers together. Fingers apart.
Meet.
Unless you're talking about making out when you first meet somebody, then we can talk about this sign. But the tip of your finger is supposed to be your head. I do see people sign that all the time. They go, "Nice to meet you." And I'm like, "We ain't kissing. We're not kissing. It's just nice to meet you." Over with.
Can I ask a question or do I need to type it?
Nice to, no, we haven't got to that yet.
You gotta type it.
Name. Who remembers the sign for name? Name. Name. Everything's right. It's hard to really tell where I'm signing on video chat, but everything is directly in front of your chest. It's like it's not up in your face. I know sometimes it looks like it's in my face, but it's not. It's right in front of my chest. So you want to keep everything nice and level. You don't want to turn it up or turn it down. Right in front of you. Name. And it's just 2 taps. Name. What's your name? What's up? Nice. 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 That also means clean. Clean. Most people tend to sign up when they're saying clean. It's like a double clap. So clean. Clean your room because it's like a sweeping motions. Clean your room. But it's still, you could say clean your room. Still correct. No. 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 Sign. Sign. You just open your hands and close them. Sign. Now this is the verb sign. Like if I were to tell you, like if you were talking and I wanted you to sign, I would say, hey, sign. This is me telling you to actually sign. And if you're talking a noun, sign language, it's sign language. Sign language. Sign language. But if I'm telling you signing, you're signing, hey, that person over there is signing. Verb. Got it? Everybody with me? You following? You understand? Okay. Good job. Slow. Arm up. Slow. It's hard to show this. Slow. Slow. If I'm signing fast, if I'm spelling fast, slow. You got me. Sign slow. Spell slow. Again, slow. Because if you just tell me to do it again, like if I'm spelling, and you go, I didn't get that. Spell it again. I'm doing the same feat. Like you tell me to slow down, so I'm not going to slow down. But if you say again, slow, I know. Okay. Any questions? No questions. Cool. Okay. Learn. Person. This is how you sign student.
Oh,
Student. Student. Mhm. Yep. Teach. Think taking wisdom from my head and putting it to yours. Teach. Sign for teach. And then teach her. Teacher. And that's the same for all careers. Everything that you could be. I'm a student. I'm a lawyer. A law person. Hand straight up. Law. From the top to the bottom. Person. I'm a lawyer. You want to make, do it again, April, I didn't see you.
Law.
L. Make a L. You want to make two distinctive caps. Well, one on the bottom, one on top. Person. Lawyer. Or judge. Judge. All careers, if you learn a word for something like I'm a glass man. I wouldn't say I'm a glass man. I'm a glass person. What I do glass. Wow. Got it? Good. Understand? Oh, do you have to say person for pronouns like mother, father? No. Cool story about this is actually biblical, and if this makes the ladies mad, I'm sorry, it shouldn't, but if it does, I'm really sorry. But sign language was actually created on biblical grounds, and so it was made, well, American Sign Language was anyway. So it was made, if you draw a line across your face at the tip of your nose, anything above the line is male. Anything below the line is female. Mother. It's created that the wife is under the husband, not that she's less than the husband, just because she's under her husband's protection. So setting the father would be on top. He's the head, the protector, and mother's on bottom. She's the foundation of the family. So girl is below your nose, boy is above your nose, uncle is above your nose, aunt is below your nose. And you can sign cousins, like if it's a boy cousin, it's up top. If it's a girl cousin, it's down low. Grandma, grandpa. There you go. I taught that in a coffee shop sign language class that I was teaching a couple of years ago. And it was full of a lot of really, most of it wasn't church people. I had like 2 friends from church there. And a lot of it was very far left women. I mean, it's a coffee shop. Like they were really far left. And let me tell you the reaction I had when I said that. Oh, they was mad. Oh, they was real mad. Look, they freaked out. They were like, well, we're going to be changing sign language from now on. It's mother because we queens. And I'm like, girl, you wouldn't know the first thing about being a queen if it slapped you upside the head. Sit down and shut up. Queen's supposed to support their man, be loyal. You ever done that? No. Sit down and shut up. It didn't really go like that, but it was bad. It was really ugly. They were not happy about it at all. Yes, teacher. Thank you. Thank you. Just from, I put my middle finger on my bottom lip. Thank you. Thank you. You obviously don't want to start from the base of your neck and do that. This is not thank you. That is a bad word. You do not want to do that. From your lip, thank you. And yeah. I also use thank you to sign you're welcome. Most people do not. They go, you're welcome. But this means welcome to my home. Hello, welcome to my home. That's not what you're saying when you say you're welcome. I actually got a like psychological twist on it. Why do you say you're welcome when someone says thank you? You're basically telling them thank you for saying thank you. Thank you, and you're welcome. I signed the same for both, but some people say you're welcome. Okay. You know that? Oh, you knew sign. Thank you. Yeah, I remember you telling me earlier. Okay. Now we're gonna learn our. There's only 4 on this list for some reason. I think we got a tornado. I really do. I'm feeling some crazy stuff out there. Anyway, now we're going to learn our 5 W's. Does anybody remember the 5 W's from like 1st grade, kindergarten, whenever you learn to read? What, when, where, and why? I don't, nah, but then it'll blow up all the time. That'd be the coolest death ever if I died on video. We died learning sign language. That's how devoted Jasper was to this. Look, I don't know if I've told y'all this on this chat before, but if a tornado is going to be the one to take me out, it's just going to have to be how it's going to be. The Lord ordained it. So, so that's
Didn't just say that.
put it on my stone grave. The Lord ordained the I want y'all to, when I die, tattoo a giant tornado all over my body. All right. So your 5 W's. What? There's 2 ways to sign what. What? Just with your index finger. What? And what? What is dying? Not a lot of people are using it anymore. It's not really an old school sign, but a lot of older people are using it. I'm one of the older people. I'll sign what something. But if I'm saying what, like, what? I didn't understand you. What did you say? That's the sign that I resort to, or what's your name? But if I'm speaking in pigeon sign English, I sign what? What? We're not speaking, but if I'm signing PSE, it's what? Where? Oh, brother, well, now. Who? Make a gun. Put it on your chin. And shoot. But you're not shooting yourself in the head, son. You're shooting up in the air so you can catch the bullet in your mouth. Well, I got it. Who?
HLC.
Why? You'll see why people do it like that. Why? That's lazy signing. It's why. I'll do it if I'm being like, if I'm exasperated or if I'm being dramatic. I'm like, why? What'd you do that for? Whatever. Yeah. What's the last? When? When. Draw a circle around it and just go back to your tip. When. When. So when is your doctor's appointment? That. Yes. Yes. Your. Two signs to explain you and your. Me, mine. Open hand is possession,
Oh,
always. So if there's no R attached to the end of your you, don't open your hand. If you're not saying mine, don't open. Just think of like, if you have something like this is my phone. I'm holding this to my chest. This is mine. But if I'm identifying, I only use an index finger. Me. Or Sean or Crystal. I use my index finger to identify. And if I'm asking if something is theirs, I identify by pointing. Is this yours? You, yes or no? I lost my spot. All right. Eyebrows. Can you all control your eyebrows? How do you know when to use me and I? They're both the same time. So that's English. I is English. People use that to when they're signing like in English, but in ASL that sign doesn't exist. It's
okay.
just I want to go to the store. But when you see it written down in what you call glossing, is it goes me and it's written down as ME, and you could still signing as I.
Mhm.
And but I is an English sign, and so you can use it if what you're doing is more SEE sign language, which is signed exact English. And but if you're interpreting in church and you're doing signed exact English, I will give the first interpreter I see $5,000. It's in my bank account right now. I will give them $5,000 if they can signed exact English and keep up with that preacher.
Mm-mm.
If he's a past preacher, if it's Larry Booker, never mind. Anybody can do that. Larry Booker, I love Brother Larry Booker, man. He's an amazing man of God. He's an amazing preacher, but he is so slow. He
Mhm.
is so slow. Any of y'all know Larry Booker? Have y'all heard of him? Oh, he's a friggin' giant. He's like 6'10". And and so every time you see him go preach and he's standing up at the pulpit, he's always like 2 foot taller than the pulpit. You'll see him hunched over trying to read his notes off the pulpit. But yeah, he's really big, but he tells a story like, I went to the store yesterday. It's like, and I'm sitting there saying, I went to the store yesterday. He's so slow. It's anybody can find up with him. Keep up with him. But Stephen Collins, you can't use signed exact English and keep up with Stephen Collins. There's no way to do it. It's impossible. Impossible, I say. So yeah, I would just say for right now, eradicate I and just sign I. It'll help you with yeah. Love to see that. What's that? I have short-term memory loss. I don't even know what I just said. Oh, Larry Booker. You would not love to see that. I'm falling asleep half the time. I'll find the video and send it to you because there was at one point I was interpreting in church because I had a signed exact English interpreter in front of me, and I had little headphones in that were connected to his microphone, so I was kind of like hearing aids and getting what he was saying from her. And I mean, it was horrible. Like 10 minutes in, I'm like, I'm going to bed. Right there on the floor. Wake me up when it's altar call. I'm over. It's bad. But if you've never heard Larry Booker preach, you need to. He is really good. And because he speaks so slow, most of his sermons are pretty short because he knows he speaks so slow. But he is awesome. If you have Apostolic Vault, it's a really good app. A lot of people don't like it because it's ran by WPF, and people that aren't WPF are like, but not everybody just like that. But yeah, but it's got preachers from all different organizations in there, and Larry Booker is one of them. So I strongly suggest you listen to Larry Booker because he is phenomenal. My nickname is Dory. Okay, let me do that. There we go. I'll be Dory for you. Okay. Also, if you're identifying a group of people, you do like that. Like you'll swivel it around at the whole group of people. Like if it's a whole room, you'll show the whole room. Y'all, like if you're preaching and you're saying you all need to listen to the word of God, you do the whole room. If you're talking about a small group that's over there, you'll show that whole group with your finger, but you'll do like a circle with your finger. That's saying y'all. Well, you all. Because apparently y'all is not proper. Who cares? From the South, y'all over there need to go over yonder and stop bothering me about my grammar. Okay, now what time is it? I'm not over on time. We're gonna do a couple practice sheets, and we're just gonna do one practice sheet. And because we have a couple people here that I don't know if they got to practice signing their name. So we are going to teach everybody how to sign it. So I want you to, I'm going to read it so I can show you what it sounds like in ASL, and then you will sign it. Well, I will sign it and then we all sign it. So in ASL, I'm signing you, what name? In English, that is, what is your name? In ASL, it is you, what name? Everybody with me now?
Yeah.
What name?
Awkward. 'Cause nobody got that. Oh, Corey got it. Corey. Okay, we're good. One person got it. All right, so again, you, what name? You, what name? What is your name? What? Name? Right. No, you, what name? There you go. What is your name? Good job. Okay, deaf you. Deaf. Oh, I forgot an important part. Eyebrows. I started talking about eyebrows and I got away from eyebrows. I'm so sorry. Eyebrows. Do you all have control of your eyebrows? Can you raise them and lower them? I can't lower mine without squinting my eyes. This is important. If you are asking a yes or no question, you raise your eyebrows. Can you hear me? Your eyebrows are raised. Who doesn't have eyebrows? You have eyebrows. You raise them when you are asking a question that
Not from this
ends with
side.
yes or no. You raise them. If you are asking a question that does not end with a yes or no, that's more complex than a yes or no, you lower them. That's very hard to remember. It's okay. I will get on y'all about the eyebrows. But so if I'm saying, can you hear me? My eyebrows raised. Are you deaf? My eyebrows lowered. That's how you do it. No, I didn't say that right. Are you deaf is still a yes or no question. Yes. My bad. I got confused. Are you deaf? Can you hear me? How old are you? What is your name? Where are you from? You have any children? Do you go to church? Mine look creepier. I know. Okay, so yeah, that's important to know. So when I say, are you deaf or deaf you raise your eyebrows. Deaf you? Deaf you? Deaf? Are you
Deaf you.
deaf? Yes, I am deaf. They express it with my brow, so that'll be hard. Well, if you're expressive, it'll be easy. You just gotta raise them up and raise them down. Any other time in between, it doesn't matter what you do with them. It's just when you're asking a question. That's your question mark. Yes, eyebrows up means it's a simple answer. Eyebrows down means it's a more complex answer. Your teacher, what name? What is your teacher's name? Your teacher, what name? What's possessive? Your teacher, what name? What is your teacher's name? My name is Dory. You understand him. That's almost identical to English. Well, it is identical in English. But in English, I'm asking, do you understand him? And sign language is just, you understand him. So you, here, you would not add a shake or nod. You just say, you understand him. And you're raising your eyebrow. I got the hiccups. You understand him? Understand? Understand him? I understand me. I don't know about y'all, but I understand. I hear myself in my head. Makes plenty of sense. Sometimes after I do it, I look back and I go, what was I thinking? But that's only after the fact, because in my head, in the moment, it makes plenty of sense. Okay, next one. Okay, we can't do that one. Okay. Now I want to practice again. Everyone signing my name and spell your name. We're gonna go one at a time. Sean, no cheating this time. I believe in you. I know you got it. All right, Crystal, you're on the top left, so you go first.
Okay. Right.
Perfect. Sean, no cheating, Sean. No cheating.
Sit down.
This is making me anxious waiting for these cheats. That's fine. I'm just picking on you. Go right ahead.
Go ahead and cheat.
My open palm. Yep. Uh-huh. In. The reason it's probably showing you that on the paper is so that you can see that there's two fingers. Because on paper, it's kind of hard to show where the thumb is on little diagrams like that. And so with the M, there would be three fingers over the thumb, but you can't really see that on a paper. You can't see the thumb. So they do that to show you that you're having two fingers over, but it's like this, just like this. And good job. Nice to meet you. Corey, you next. Korea. Nice to meet you, Korea.
E. How do you do E?
You said Cooe.
E?
I really thought it was spelled with an A for a second. I was like, I've been calling her the wrong name this whole time. She never corrected me though. So whatever. All right. I forgot your name. April. April's busy. Brandy. You're
Chelsea.
Brandy? I thought your name was Chelsea. Oh no, it's a yeah. 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 Good job. Oh, so it is. Did her name change? Her name totally just changed.
Mhm.
I'm freaking out. I gotta quit doing it to me. All right, your turn, Chelsea. H. Shannon is H. Yeah. S. Good job. Better quit moving. My little blocks keep moving around and keep getting lost. Jamie, your turn.
I can spotlight.
Awesome. My name is Jasper, as you all know. Nice. What just happened? I got really big and I'm looking at my ugly face on my screen. I don't want to
Sorry.
do that. Am I still spotlighted? Okay, good. Nice to meet you. We ain't kissing, Crystal, remember. Keep them heads apart. Nice to meet you.
Neat. Can't do it.
I can't remember the difference between A and S. A is with the thumb on the side, and S is with the thumb up front.
Oh.
No, that's T. What you just did was T. Yeah.
Okay.
And that is one more. I got one more that I want to do. This is gonna get y'all on your spelling. So we're gonna see. Y'all ready? I'm gonna ask y'all in sign language, no voice, how to sign a word. So I'll spell the word and I'll ask, how do you sign this word? Okay, you ready? All right. You'll be the listed star student if you get this. There's no slowing down. This is the test. Close. There you go. Corey got it. Thank you. I was spelling thanks. THANKS. How do you sign it? And remember, when you're asking a question, you got to lower your eyebrows. So if you don't know the sign to the word and you want to know the sign of the word, you would spell it. I say phone. How do you sign it? Phone. How do you sign it? Phone.
That's an easy one.
We get, if y'all want to keep going, I can have like sign, like words y'all want to learn how to sign, and I'll teach you. Because that's it for lesson 1. Lesson 2 will be next week. What is the name of that app? I'm not using an app. I'm using a teaching program that I use pretty often. But it is based off of lifeprint.com. And so if you go to lifeprint.com, what is the name of that? Oh, the preacher app. Oh, Apostolic Vault. No, unfortunately, no. I'm a little distraught about that because I did that test on my niece and I was like, act like you're on the phone, and she did the whole. And I was like, "Oh, girl, no, you did not. I am so upset about this. You're on the phone, bro. Phone. My phone don't look like that." But yeah, it's I keep forgetting something. Apostolic Bought. I'll pull it up so you can. I haven't re-downloaded it since I got a new phone. Apostolic Bought. Ooh, it costs money to get it now.
Oh,
Used to be free, but it's this one right here.
On it's V as in Victor.
Oh.
Ooh, they redid it and everything. Oh no. That's CV Pro. You don't have to get CV Pro. I got the regular CV. And once you download it, let me tell you, your first sermon, there you go. Your first sermon needs to be John Shoemake. And the title of the sermon is A Theology of a Breakthrough. That needs to be the first sermon you listen to on that app. Oh my goodness. Okay, question. I miss one apostolic bar. Thank you. This was great. Thank you for coming. Yeah. So if anyone needs help remembering the words that we went over, just go to LifePrint, LifePrint.com, and click on lesson 1, and the whole lesson is there. Any words y'all want to know how to sign? I'm not teaching y'all the bad words, so don't ask. But I will tell you if you signed a bad word. No words. None? No words? Wow, most people want to know, show me how to sign coffee. Got a bunch of white girls in here too, so I'm surprised y'all didn't ask me about that.
Well,
Nope, too late. That ship has sailed. Copy. So your left hand stays still, and your right hand moves over the top. Copy. If you move both hands, it's make.
mhm.
Make. You don't want to move both hands. And if you bring your hands up like this and you do this, it's make out. So you don't want to do that either. Okay? Make and copy.
Make me
T.
copy.
T. T. Think of it like you're throwing it around in your little too many options for make out. There's a lot of options to make out. Yeah, there really is. One time when I was learning sign language at the deaf school, I was in the sign language class, and so we were learning story. I was learning how to sign story. It was just a story. That's how you sound the word story. But I kept doing it over and over and over. And my teacher was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm signing story." And she was like, "I thought you were trying to learn how to sign make out." I'm like, yeah, no. But no, agreed. How would you sign make me a coffee? I would sign DoorDash. That's exactly right. All DoorDash. Because I ain't even got no coffee pot up in this house. I don't need coffee. I wake up with Jesus on my side.
Coffee.
That's all I need to wake up.
Would
Make
you say
is similar to
you?
milk. No. Milk. Think you have the teats of a cow?
Go get a bag of chips.
But they've shortened it to the most common sign now. And this is actually a baby sign. They sign milk because that's how a baby signs it. The actual sign is still milk, but it's easier just to sign milk. Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Your middle finger touches each palm. Jesus. And some people, especially in the apostolic group, it kind of like freaks me out. What's up? You got it. Doing, but especially in the apostolic group, they like have fussed at me if or fuss the other deaf people or other hearing people if they sign Jesus, because that's not biblically accurate, apparently. So it's supposed to be Jesus at your wrists.
Mm.
Because they say, even though he had holes in his hands, that he was crucified in the wrist. Either way, he's like, but what would the right way to ask for coffee? You would say, eyebrows lowered, can you make me coffee?
Okay.
Eyebrows lowered, can you make me coffee? No, I can't. Gotta put a ring on it first, boo boo. Make it similar to milk since I can sound a little, but I thought milk was like how like a cow. Yeah. I'm not sure I understand that last part of that sentence, Ashley. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, milk. Milk. And then like I get it now. I understand. So if you're signing milk a cow, yeah, that's how you would do it. But if you're just signing milk, you can shorten it to just milk. Chocolate is chocolate. With a C on top of your hand, chocolate. And if you tap it, it means church.
Oh,
Every time I lower my eyebrows, I look so mad up. It's okay. Deaf culture, we get it. No, I didn't miss anybody, did I? Okay. Food. More. But you have to be careful with signing this too, because if you do like this, it means kiss.
God.
That's a lot you got to be careful of. I don't know. But I mean, it's like, think of it. Like, you don't. Some of y'all might be into this, but I'm telling you what, if I get a girl to just sit there with a pet kiss like this over and over and over and over, I'm filing for a divorce. Like, you ain't even gonna do it. If it's gonna be a pet kiss, 1, maybe 2. I'll give you 5. That's max. Water. Gotta have some water. Do you plan to teach your children sign language? I heard that it's great for pre-speech children. Yes. So my children, their first language will be sign language. They will learn sign language before they learn to speak. And because even though I speak, once I have kids, if I ever have kids, will be taught, like most of their growing up, I will not voice around them. I will not want them to hear me speak, because they learn that sign language is a second language is very crucial for kids in this stage of their life to learn that sign language is not their second language, it's their first language. Why? Because if they learn sign language as a second language, they learn dad is second. And so that has been studied in a lot of cases of CODA kids that have like deaf dad hearing mom or deaf mom hearing dad. If they push sign language to the side and focused on speaking, and then later try to learn sign language, it pushes the deaf parent to the side as less important. So the kid will, whenever it wants permission to do something, will completely ignore the deaf parent and go straight to the hearing parent, because it's easier to talk than it is to sign. And so, yeah, my kids will learn sign language first. I will teach them English after I teach them how to sign. And so my game plan is pretty much, I mean, they're going to hear it and they're going to learn how to talk without me. But most deaf parents that have no hearing world connections really don't teach their kids how to speak until they're like 5 years old, until they go to school. Yeah. And that's just the way it is. Like Kyle Nolan, he's a famous apostolic interpreter in the WPF church. And he didn't learn to speak until he was like 4 or 5 years old. And you get that and you think, oh, this person's dumb. That's a problem with how humanity perceives language. Language is not what makes you dumb. So the brain does not need the ability to hear to develop. It does not need the ability to see to develop. You don't need your taste. You don't need your smell. You don't even need your touch for your brain to develop. Your brain needs one thing to develop as a baby, and that's language. That's why pre-speech children do so well with learning sign language, because their vocal cords have not learned how to form words yet, but they learn communication skills. And so I had a kid when I was at the deaf school. I was an ambassador. I was responsible for taking in new kids and teaching them my senior year, teaching them, showing them around the school, giving tours to the parents. And these parents brought in their son. He was 17 years old. His name is Matthew Lowry. Kid's deaf, been deaf, completely deaf, no hearing whatsoever his entire life, since the day he was born. His parents never learned sign language. Kid has never had a conversation with anybody a day in his life. 17 years old. Now, I mean, I would still be shocked if you told me it was 5 years old, but 17 years old, can you imagine going through puberty and having nobody to talk to about this? Like, his only way to communicate, because I was talking with the parent, and because he didn't even know sign language. Like he didn't know how to sign, and no way to communicate. So I'm signing, but I realize this does no good. He doesn't understand me, but I keep signing so he can see the beauty of communication, the communication that he can understand. But I'm talking to the parents. I'm like, well, how did you communicate with him? It's like, well, if we want him to do something, we just point at it and he knows what to do. First time we show him how to do it and he does it. I was like, you never wanted to talk to your kid? Like a basic how was your day? You've never wanted to ask Matthew that? Well, of course we wanted. Like, I was hot. I was mad. 17 years old, you know, but he's just too stupid to carry on a conversation. We don't know how to communicate with him. No English, no nothing. And his mom said that about him. He was too stupid to communicate. 6 months later, I was like, this is a personal mission. I'm going to give this kid a life. And 6 months later, me and my ASL teacher, Miss Eugenia, in deaf culture, it's common to call your teacher by your first name. Most people say Miss Vanderpool, which was her last name. That's weird. It's Eugenia, Miss Eugenia. Vanderpool. Ooh, Miss Eugenia. And so me and her, I mean, we spent like 3 to 4 hours a day teaching this kid. And within 6 months, he was like fluent. And let me tell you right now, that is one of the smartest son of a guns I've ever met in my entire life. And all along, his mom was like, he's too stupid to communicate. No, you're too horrible of a parent to give him a way to communicate. And so now he goes to the University of, I think it's Texas. And he just went back to get his master's in aerodynamic engineering or something like that. I don't know all the fancy. I'm the stupid
That's
one.
amazing.
He's the smart
You
one.
did that.
He's a deaf guy, and he's going for one of the hardest master's degrees to get in the world. And he's like a year and a half from graduating. And that just shows you language is all you need. I'm surprised he was as successful as he was, being so late in his life learning. But literally, that's all he needed was a source, an access point for him to be able to communicate. And that boy just went, whoo! Makes me cry sometimes. I'm like, I did that. Yeah. But no, I'm cool. Let me get all these questions again. Water. Who's going to teach them English? If you teach them sign, I'm going to ask you, Sean, to teach them English. How old am I again? I am 16. I'm just kidding. I'm 39.
Oh,
See
Lord.
my bald spot? I'm 39. Yeah. I'm 28.
Yay, okay.
He is my child. I look at him like a son. Like he did. He told me at graduation, because I went to his graduation. And let me tell y'all, I'm a big dude. I'm a tough dude. I don't cry. I rarely cry. I cry at, like, when Mufasa dies. I cry when Old Yellow dies. And that's about it. But let me tell you, when that boy walked across that stage, I bawled. Me and Eugenia were sitting right beside. I'm about to cry thinking about it. We hugged each other. We bawled our eyes out. And he came up afterwards and he was like, he thanked us and he said, without y'all, I wouldn't have been anything. Thank you.
Wow.
You literally gave me life. And we were like, this is what we do. But yeah, just like a baby, we all do. Yep. And yeah, it's good. He's really good. He actually called me yesterday. We talked for a while. He's doing really good. That makes me happy. I don't have a hat.
That.
I agree. And I've been trying to get him to come to church for a while so he can like channel that energy, that intelligence into church. But because of his disconnect from his parents, he has a disconnect from God, and like most people do. And so when he thinks of God and he tried to think of a father image, his dad wouldn't even communicate with him. So he's like, why would God want to communicate with me? But he do though, just come to church, I'll show you. And yeah. Thank you. Let's see, praying. We're gonna learn church signs, praying. Jesus, Holy Ghost, speaking in tongues. Acts 2:38. Baptized. I did. And that was one thing that like almost got him to come. And because I was like, who do you think led you to me? Like, how do you think you got here? And he was like, he said, my parents got tired of dealing with me, I guess. I'm like, no, but no. There's a reason in that day, that time, that year, that your parent decided you needed to go here. It wasn't because they got tired of you. You're their son. They do love you. They don't know how to show it, but I mean, they do love you. And so this was just a step that they felt they needed to take. And he was like, right, they felt it. I was like, yeah, but you really don't think somebody put that feeling there that pushed them in that direction? You just think one day they just woke up and said, you're going to the deaf school? And he was like, yeah, that's what I think. One day they just woke up and said, I'm going to deaf school. So then why wait till you're 17 then? Why not send you a 5, 8, 10 when you were a kid? Why not get rid of you then if that's what they were wanting to do? He was like, I don't know. And I was like, exactly. Somebody picked. Because had he came a year earlier, he never would have met me. Because I dropped out of school to go back to home to take care of my dad, who just had a stroke. But I was back that year to finish. I was 20. I was late graduating. I was 20 years old when I graduated to get my diploma. And that was the year he met me. I was like, just a year earlier, you never would have met me. And he said, yeah, but I still would have learned sign language. And I was like, well, yeah, you still would have learned sign language even if you came a year earlier. And I said, but why do you think it was me? It was just a coincidence. Man. You keep thinking that.
Well, good class.
Any more signs? Any more questions? Tacos. Tacos. I really like tacos. Actually, I might go get me a taco right now. After this is over. Nah, I already ate. I had an egg
You
sandwich.
really are, Dory.
Rebuke.
Who's Dory? Dory up
From
and
the
I
running.
know you ain't
Finding
rebuking
Nemo.
tacos.
Yeah, short-term memory loss.
Yes.
Oh, I
I
hate
got
those.
short-term memory
I better
loss.
had a real skitters. Are you rebuking tacos, Ashley? Because I'm really going to take offense to that. I'm not really doing. I don't really have short-term memory. Yeah, I really do. I guess. No, it's ADD. I have attention deficit disorder. Really bad. What are we? Are we
Please spell this
rebuking
wrong.
Satan?
I may have spelled squirrel wrong.
Oh, and you want? Oh.
Google.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm not gonna lie. This is a sign language class, so I can understand why you would want to sign. know how to sign rebuke in a sign language class, because that's what I asked, is if anybody had any signs that they wanted to know. Rebuke. 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 Some people just sign, I rebuke that, one hand, like a turning out, like you're, like a sword or hands coming at you and you want to block it. I rebuke that. Are we good to stop the recording? That's up to you. Squirrel mode. I'm not a good